the Bailey laughs going again. And I'm going to bring up the one, the only, don't let him near the playground, it's Ciaran.
This evening, this is absolutely fantastic, and the biggest thing of all is I'm down the back there, I'm shitting myself, you know, because I mean, put it this way, when we do these workshops, like, you know, you have the gig, the adrenaline's flying, and everybody comes up on stage and they go, thanks very much, good night, you know, and then I fuck off with the money, you know, that's how it works, right? So the weirdest thing of all was when Blayne said, do you know what, do you want to come down again and we'll do it all over again? I'm down the back going, oh the Lord Jesus, look, we got away with it the first time. I wasn't expecting to have to go through this agony all over again, you know? But the interesting thing was, aren't they fucking fantastic? Weren't they fucking brilliant? Honest to God. Now, if you laugh once, that was them, right? And if you laugh more than that, that's all because I'm a fucking amazing teacher, right? That's the only way I've got it. I'm claiming this shit, you know? And if they died in their hole, they didn't fucking listen to a word I said, right? So I've got this covered no matter what happens, you know? But the biggest surprise of all was that unfortunately, due to contractual obligations, Nick, this was his first gig tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Honest to God. And that man had no idea he was going to be cheek to cheek with Nick in the middle of his set. Honest to God, wasn't Nick absolutely fantastic, ladies and gentlemen? First time doing stand-up, I was amazed. You know, because there's always one in a workshop, you know. And you go, Jesus, he's not going to do very well, is he? You know, you're kind of holding out hope and you're going, well, maybe you'll get some kind of big movie thing just the night of the gig and then he won't have to do it and he won't make a fucking show of himself. And then he came back and did it again, I couldn't fucking believe it! Jesus Christ. So like, you know, as the acts came on tonight, I was getting under more and more pressure going, Jesus, I better be funny as fuck, you know? And I mean, I wouldn't mind I did this probably like 25 years ago, when I was 25, put it that way. But I've been to Edinburgh last weekend, so like I've fucking aged about 25 years since last weekend. And I mean, as someone might say, it's like, well, if you started this 25 years ago, you're not fucking funny yet. I said, yeah, but it's all about commitment, you know, it's like fucking keeping at it, you know. And I was like, oh my God, I mean like, you know, as soon as people see me, they go, Jesus Christ, look, there's a fucking geography teacher here, you know. And look, so far, no one's ever disagreed with that. Except one woman one night, she went, I don't think you look like a geography teacher at all. And I go, well, hello. How are you doing? And she says, my geography teacher's hot. I said, that's cold, you know. And I said, like, you know, but there must be other things I look like. Just for the stage, there must be some kind of reference. Honey, I shrunk the kids. Yeah, there you go. Fucking brilliant. Thanks for that. Yeah. Well, my mates are the worst, because like they say, like, oh, do you want to meet up tomorrow? And I said, grand, yeah, Saturday, grand. What time? About 2 o'clock. Tell you what, we'll meet you in the park in Stephen's Green, right? So I was standing there in Stephen's Green, 2 o'clock, right? And the boys, they don't even bother meeting me. They just ring up the guard and say, come here, there's a dodgy looking fucker. Right? Beside the fucking children's playground, right? So if you're after that, you're fuckers, right? That's all I'm saying. Honest to God, man. I mean, but like, I always wanted to be a comedian, and it's happened from a very young age, right? I came home one day from primary school, and it was the first day I played basketball. But it was like the first day of summer. It'd been raining for the whole year, and this suddenly was like a gorgeous, one of those hot days, just towards the end of school. And my mother was out the back peeling the potatoes for the dinner, right? And she said, get up the stairs quick and get out of that school uniform and put on your shorts and come back down here and sit out in the back garden because you're pale as fuck, right? So I went, grand, okay, I ran up and I tore everything out of the wardrobe and I couldn't find it, and eventually I found my shorts, threw them on, ran downstairs and sat down outside. I was sitting cross-legged on the ground and she was going, well, tell us, how was the day today? And I went, it was the usual, you know, I hadn't done my homework and I'd gotten loads of trouble. I said, but I played basketball. And they went, oh really? And I went, yeah. And so I started telling the story about running along. I was dribbling, I was using all the terms, thinking I was really cool. And then I got up to the hoop and I threw the ball as hard as I could because it was so far away from me. And I didn't know my own strength. I threw the whole thing over the fucking hoop and over the back of the thing. I couldn't believe it. I'm clearly strong. And they were fucking, like my brother, my sister and my mother were all roaring fucking laughing at me. And I went, I must be an amazing storyteller. I says, I should be a comedian someday. I'm fucking tearing up the room. Couldn't believe it. And I was talking to my sister last week. She's been living in Edinburgh, or not Edinburgh, fucking Melbourne in Australia for about 20 years now. And I was chatting to her last week and I said, come here. Would you believe it? I was over in Edinburgh, I was doing comedy gigs, and all those years ago, it came back to that moment when I started telling the basketball story. And she's, oh, Jesus, yeah. And she was still laughing. I was going, I still got it. And I said, Jesus, I can't believe you remember that. And she goes, yeah, no, it wasn't a fucking story at all. You were wearing last year's shorts, and one of your balls was actually sticking. Lads, I've been living a fucking lie. Turns out I'm not fucking funny at all. All these fucking years. I said, well, fuck you. I said, no wonder we sent you to Australia, you bollocks. Yeah. And she goes, bollocks, is it? Oh, hey! Oh, Jesus! So I could never look her in the eye again. And that's all she does when she meets me. She just makes sure she makes eye contact only. It's just awkward. It's never been so awkward till now. But Jesus, yeah. So like, I'm getting older. I mean, is anyone getting older here? I mean, no? Good. Right. Because I mean, you know, it's a bit like why you never see Irish people with umbrellas or fucking raincoats, because we have to be in constant denial that it rains in this country, because if we ever realised how shit it was, we'd fucking jump off a bridge, you know? And it's the same really, like you have to deny getting older. Like I'm in constant denial. I wake up every day going, I'm 18, everything's fucking great. I can drink for fucking Ireland, you know? And then like, what I notice is, you know, let's just say, I discovered recently, I'm lactose intolerant, you know? Oh. I was like, yeah, because everyone's got a thing. Someone was talking about autism. Some people were talking about like, you know, ADHD, lactose intolerance. Jesus, I don't give a shit about the lactose, but the fucking intolerance. That's going fucking through the fucking roof. Don't you notice it? Do you know, like, you know, you still think you're 18, but these days when you get to, look at her fucking yawning in me face. That's what I'm fucking talking about. I'm intolerant. I can fucking see your face. Like, that's what happens. Yeah, but like, this is what happens. You start getting fucking irritated by everything. Do you notice this? When you're getting older, you know, you go into a pub and it's like boom, boom, boom. The music's too loud and you're going, fucking music. It fucking drives me mad, you know, and it's fucking too loud, and then you can't fucking hear anything, right? And then it's like, you know, you get handed a menu, you can't even fucking read it, right? And then it's like everything starts fucking annoying. The table is too fucking sticky, you know? And then there's a wobble on it. You're like, for fuck's sake. And you say, can I have a Carlsberg? We don't have that. We've only got fucking Heineken. You know? You're like, for fuck's sake. You know? And then you're like getting more and more annoyed. And then like you're reading the menu and you're like, you can't find what you're looking for. You can't even fucking see it. And if you see anything you want to fuck, you can't even fuck it anymore. Oh, just be fucking nutting. So annoyed. There's so many things that just fucking get, you know what I mean? Just like one after the other, you know. And it's like, oh god, you're just going down the street and you go, I fucking hate them. You know, the other one, I don't even have any fucking kids. Hate the fuckers. Right? Look, it's grand, and when you have them, there must be some kind of biological imperative to fucking like them. You know? No. There's a good dad right there. Look at him. He's like, fuck those guys, yeah. I mean, I was on the phone, I was trying to meet up with Brendan, we were going to drive down here today from Dublin, like, you know, he was obviously given some kind of pass, he was allowed to visit Dublin today, but like, I was ringing him, I was like, I can't actually ring him, because I'm on a packed Lewis, right, I'm fucking shoulder to armpit with some fucker, right, and there's this kid fucking screaming at the top of their voice. And I don't know what it is, like the mother has just become immune. You know what I I get that. It's just like mothers just go, yeah, they're just always going to be a fucking cunt. That's it. So they've switched off. But the rest of us on the fucking loose have to put up with this kid. And the kid obviously tried, Mammy, Mammy, Mammy. And that didn't work. So she started going, Mammy. And of course, Mammy still doesn't give a shit. Right? So then she discovered if she goes, that fucking works, but it works for the whole loose, and Mammy still doesn't give a shite. She's just like, shooting up close. Let's just say, she's on the way to Tara, you know? So this fucking child is screaming, and I didn't know whether to fucking slap the mother or the fucking child first, you know? But these flashes come out of it, like, you know, you're having a great day, and then you just see something that you just want to fucking kill somebody, you know? And all I could think of, it wasn't the flash of the mother at all. I shit you not, I imagined the full fucking palm of my hand going straight across the child's face. Just like I was fucking brought up, you know, the old way. When did they change that law? It should be like until they're 11, you know, you can hit them, or something, you know? Like, why does it have to be so extreme, you know? Like, honest to God, it's fucking insane. I mean, but I fear because sooner or later I'll start acting on this. At the moment, they're still thoughts, but that's how it fucking starts, you know? I mean, I don't know, but like all I can say is, I was looking around the audience in here tonight now, and there's very respectable looking people.
From your ass.
There's a few fuckers that look like they've been to court, you know? You know what I mean? I'm deliberately moving my eyes around so I don't pick fucking one or two, right? But like, I was just thinking this, like, you know, come on, I mean, like, just as kind of make some noise if you've been to court on the count of three. Let's try and make it a kind of group thing. It's like, if you've been to court, make some noise. 1, 2, 3! I'm in a room full of criminals. Holy shit! I've done gigs on the south side of Dublin, and one person puts up his hand and said, yeah, we have to reclaim the land from the neighbours, you know. fucking Pat Kenny, you know. I've never got a fucking response like that. It was a cheer, the whole fucking room goes, yeah! But Jesus, like, I was like, you know, this is me trying to be all fucking, you know, not fucking from the south side, and just trying to be down and home and street with all of you fucking criminals, you know. And like, I was in court once, and it was one of those awkward situations like that. Basically, like, my mother answered the door, right, and there was a luminous cop, you know, he was in fucking head to toe, and he was a speedy cop, so he had a helmet on, right, and she opened the door and she said, Jesus Christ, my son is fucking dead, you know. There was no sign of me, I was gone, like, I don't even live at home anymore, and she slides back to the Porsche and she goes, how did he fucking die? A fucking cigarette hanging out the night. And of course the cop is like, his eyes are getting wider going, Jesus Christ, I can see where you fucking left home. Like, she'd one hand bigger than the other from fucking slapping me. He just hands her the summons, right? And she goes, for fuck's sake, I mean, he's still alive, is he? And it's really like, what has he done this time, you know? And it turns out, like, I said, you were summoned to appear in court in it's like the central, or whatever it's called, criminal court, or whatever it's called, the district court in Waterford City in exactly 3 weeks' time. And for to answer to the offences that you have been summoned to respond to, kind of thing, right? Of course, I was in college in Waterford, and I wasn't living in Waterford anymore. So myself and my mate Fudgy went down in a tent, and we stayed in the park, because the park was right beside the courthouse. And we got bollocks the night before, fucked out of the fucking park at 7 in the morning by the parky. So I arrived into the courtroom with the tent rolled up under my arm with a banging fucking headache. And I see all these guys, a bit like the front row here, they're all lined up to sort of face their charges, right? And I just went, oh my God. And they said, what are you in for? And I was in for having no lights on my bicycle, right? But like, that's a bit fucking Southside, you know? So I just said, started chewing gum I didn't have, you know? And I was going, oh yeah, robbed that bike. And your man says, was it a Suzuki? And I said, no, it was a fucking Kawasaki. Anyway, I I couldn't wait any longer. I was waiting for my name for ages, and then eventually my name was called. But by then, I told that joyrider sitting beside me, if my name was called, just tell him I'd be back in a minute. I heard this huge roar from the courtroom, and when I came back into the room, the judge was really fucked off me, and he goes, "I'll thank you not to be wasting the court's time," because he called out my name, and this joyrider who never made eye contact, he was just fucking laughing his head off down the back. When the judge said, "Ciaran McMahon approached the bench," your man stood up and he said, "He's having a shite, Your Honour!" Ladies and gentlemen, you've been absolutely great. Thanks a million.
Woo! One last time for Ciaran. I shall take